be discussing Liam Vickers' 10-year-old, almost 11-year-old project design. This is part 2. Let's start off with a recap of what we learned last time. So basically, there was this guy named John, right? He went to a facility with his friends in Season 1. His friends all died directly or indirectly by a left hand called Callie during a blackout because of an escaped facility. Callie is a left hand with supernatural abilities that escaped the facility and caused all the deaths. John and Callie basically accord their feelings, and that's kind of it. In Season 2, we learned someone called 104, and the director makes another appearance. Also, there's this scientist called Dama. John's ex-girlfriend basically shows up. We get flashbacks of back then when she was being abused and stuff. John's being the hero, like always. And that's kind of it. That's basically... Oh yeah, and then Callie is ordered to be killed at the end of the season. So that's kind of cool, I guess. Okay, Season 3, Episodes 1 through 4. This is our final bit of the recap. So basically, John was taken to the facility, and there's two timelines. One is the homebound arc, and one is the facility arc. In the main timeline, John is at the facility, which would be the facility arc. This alternate timeline is the homebound arc, where John teams up with with a woman named Cersei, which his dad died along with the director, and Dama, which is the scientist that took John to the facility in the main timeline, died in an explosion, causing the facility to be destroyed. These two basically are working to take down the subject 12, which is basically Callie. Yeah, so John passes out, basically explains that he's going to save him and his opponent in the chance tomorrow. And that's basically it. Well, he passes out, I guess. Not that important. So time for the main event, shall we? So basically, he meets this girl. Her name is Molly. She seems to be able to step into both dimensions, helping Subject 12 in the homebound arc, and being alongside John in the rebellion in the main arc. She doesn't know who she is, and she has to construct her body out of nothing. She dies in multiple timelines, over and over again, but she keeps coming back to life. Pretty cool. So basically, John and her make a rebellion against Dama. So Dama is putting John in a chance, right? After John leaves Molly, he goes to his chance to face his subject. Him and his subject fight, but he uses one of the guard's tasers and takes the subject out. They play a game of chess ordered by Dama, and John ends up ending it. She calls him a cheater, but John hits her with some sarcasm. A part of this deal to play this game, since John won, and to get sent down to the penalty test along with the subject that he defeated, he said include names with subject numbers as a demand. He also said the final demand would end in her life. We have no clue what John's plans are at this point in the story, and I don't think we ever will. So basically, John wins his chance. He plays the chess in the penalty test against the subject, and him and his subject make it out alive. So basically, back to the homebound arc. So, Cersei is starting to glitch out like the timelines as she kills one of her own people and then kills Subject 47. She is not supposed to have a big role in any timeline, but she does in this one, and it's breaking the timeline. Molly calls her a glitch to Subject 12. The goal is to capture John from Cersei. Basically, Subject 12 and Molly's goal in this timeline. And that's kind of where it ends. That's where the homebound arc ends. But time to go to the facility again! So basically, John, he wins his chance, and they begin to talk about the rebellion. They begin to plan on how to take down Dama and her daughters. Everyone thinks they're monsters and doesn't get to know each other. That's why they've all been dying for generations. No wonder they can't escape. John basically thinks to himself. He is trying to find a different time. I'm not even trying to keep a track of the subject number anymore. John's 76, by the way, if you guys were wondering that. But his friend has to do a chance and fight another subject. She basically wins, and that's where the story ends. But Liam Vickers did do a thank you video, like a goodbye video, for his old channel, Scary Storytime with Liam. And in this timeline, not this timeline, in this video he basically explains that Design was supposed to end with all of the characters getting back together and living a happy ending. Now, that's not a very satisfying and detailed ending like what we could have solved. I don't know how he didn't have time to work on it. You know why? Because it was 4 years since the last Design episode came out, and then he made that video. So I don't get how he had time. There's also some little filler episodes, which are basically the characters in high school, and it's pretty cringe. So if you like that, you can go check it out. And remember, it's just a theory. A drone theory.